Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Mike Chu, a physical therapist. Hey, we'll be talking about the 5 steps to go online successfully as a healthcare provider. We'll be back in a few seconds with Greg Todd, my coach. All right, we'll be back.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once the note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the practice management solution that you're looking for.
Hello, my Facebook friends. I haven't been going live lately, but tonight we got a special guest. I guess if you are live, comment live watching and replay, comment replay. And I think it's not streaming on my personal page, but I think we're already streaming in the Alternative Career and the Alternative Career page and the YouTube page. But again, thank you very much if you're watching. Thank you very much for all your support. But before I keep on going, check out hellonote.com. It's like our documentation system that we use in our outpatient clinic. And they also just recently launched their Hello Note 2.0. So check that out too. It's going to be amazing. And of course, if you need continuing education units, check out medbridgeeducation.com. Use the code alternative. You get 40% discount. Okay, not 10, not 20, but 40, the big 40. Again, let's go and keep on moving forward. You know, it's really late with this friend of mine, but I wanted to bring him here. He's got this amazing challenge. I don't know if you know, ladies and gentlemen. I went to this group. They call it Smart Success for Physical Therapists that time. Now it has changed and shifted and changed. Now it's called Smart Success for Healthcare. And then without him guiding me and mentoring me that time, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Actually, to be honest, Alternative Healthcare Career Group wouldn't be here without his guidance. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in my coach, my good friend, Greg Todd. What is going on, Mr. Greg Todd? Man, I miss talking to you. I miss your videos. I follow every single day, but what happened in the videos? I mean, just took a break or something?
No, I'm doing them. I'm just doing it on Instagram. I'm doing it every day, man. I
gotta go to Instagram, right?
Every day. Yeah, listen, I always go, I go where not only the people are, but I believe in leverage. And so I have to do the most amount of impact that I can do for the minimum amount of time so that I can take care of myself, take care of my community, take care of my church, take care of my family. And I just had to create a new system and a flow. My system and my flow used to be Facebook Live every morning, right? Yep. That's what it used to be. But now my system and my flow is Instagram, because Instagram allows me to create partnerships and Facebook doesn't.
Oh, I need to learn that from you then.
Yes. So I've been able to grow my audience on Instagram. I was at 12,000 followers about 7 months ago, and I'm now up to 27,000 followers because I'm doing the same work that I was doing before. I was doing it on Facebook, but now on Instagram, I'm able to do it. And because Instagram allows my live video to go into 3 different areas, it has basically helped to catapult my reach. And I'm here for impact. That's what I'm here for.
You know what? I need to learn that more because I'm just focused more on Facebook because this is where my audience is. This is where obviously my patient, the Alzheimer's group and everything. But I need to learn more about Instagram and also TikToking. So, yeah. Well, anyway, let's go back to our actual real topic for today. What are the 5 steps to go online and successfully, as a healthcare provider? Could you please tell us again? I know you have a webinar on this. I mean, tell us the stuff here.
Yeah. I think the big thing is that we live in a time today where it's getting harder and harder to be able to earn a really good living being a healthcare provider. It's just getting harder. And that's because of two things. That's because insurance is not paying us more, insurance is paying us less. People don't have the disposable income that they had as much before than what they have now. And then on top of it, expenses, house, car, food, clothes, it's only going up. So there's coming a breaking point. And you see it not just in this group, you see it outside of this group, you see it at your facilities that you work at. You're seeing people are hitting a breaking point. And so I believe that what we must all do is we must make this L word one of our most favorite words, and that is leverage. And I believe we need to all understand what leverage is, and then we need to implement leverage into our lives. Leverage is me doing an activity and getting the maximum amount of output from that activity. So when we talk about what we do as healthcare providers, we help people with our skills, with our talent, and with our knowledge. And what I've come to realize is that probably 30 to 50% of what we do for people is our knowledge. It's what separates us and makes us unique from any other healthcare provider or non-healthcare provider out there, right? Somebody might be able to look up something on Google, but you have the knowledge of all the life experiences that you've had treating this certain group of people that you treat. Mike treats people with dementia. Okay, you can look up stuff on Google about dementia, or you can hear from an expert therapist who's actually had real life experiences with many families that have dealt with loved ones that have dementia. And so I believe that you use your knowledge and now leverage it. For the first part of my career, when I had this knowledge that I was attaining through being a licensed physical therapist, I would use that knowledge and go in and see a patient every single hour, sometimes 2 an hour, sometimes 1 an hour, sometimes 1 every 90 minutes. But that's what I would do. And by the end of the day, I would see anywhere between 6 to 18 people. Today, I understand that I have that same knowledge and it's grown over time. And now I can use that knowledge and I could use it in a place like this. I could use it on an online platform. I can use it on SSHC stages. I can use it on Zoom. I can use it on Facebook, use it on Instagram. And the same amount of information and knowledge, I can now affect 50 people or 80 people or 100 people or 150 people. And so I've just understood the power of leverage, and I've tried to apply leverage into my life. And because it's changed my life, I said, okay, I know there's a lot of healthcare providers out there that want to be able to make more money. And they understand that you can't just always charge people more because of the world that we're living in right now. So I teach them how to leverage where they can help people with a problem and people can afford to actually work with them. That's what we do.
Wow. I love what you said about leveraging. And then like what you said, we just can't raise up our prices. I mean, just like me, we charge 150 for cash visits, 100 for regular, but we just can't tell them, okay, we're charging 300 to visit now, and people are unable to pay it. So I love what you said about leveraging. And then instead of seeing one person, you group them, and then boom, you educate them about this knowledge that you have. So speaking of that, Greg, I mean, I've followed you and everything. What if, just like me, for example, somebody's already doing dementia, like Tipa Snow? I don't know if you know Tipa Snow. Can I still do this if somebody's already doing it? What do you think?
You can, if you understand these 3 things. And before I say those 3 things, let me give you the umbrella of what those 3 things are. A unique value proposition. We all are supposed to bring value to the marketplace. We'll talk about value here in a second. But how do we make our value unique? Well, I believe it's 3 ways. See, I believe we've all been given spiritual gifts. I believe we've all been given personal attributes or personal gifts. And then I believe that we all have a personal timeline. So let's kind of talk about them. Spiritual gifts are things that I believe God has uniquely given you. Now, they're more than likely they're different than me. They might be the same as mine, but there are many different spiritual gifts. If you've ever heard Rick Warren speak, he's the guy that wrote The Purpose-Driven Life. He talks about all of these different spiritual gifts that are available to us. Some of those gifts are the gifts of benevolence, the gift of encouragement, words of wisdom. Here, I'll give you a perfect example. For me, my mom told me that at the age of 8, she knew that I had the spiritual gift of wisdom. I said, Mom, how did you know that? Well, she said, Greg, what you had done for your, since you started talking, is you could take something that your father or me explained to you, and if you didn't understand it, you could turn it into a story. Or wait, this is like this, or this is like that. Hey, Mom, when you're saying to do this, are you basically saying it's kind of like taking your car, going up to the store, and then coming back, and now taking 2 more people, and then next time taking 3? And she's like, yeah, kind of like that. She's like, yeah, you have the gift of wisdom where you're able to turn something complicated and you can make it simple. Some of you don't have that gift. Some of you take something very simple, you make it complicated. But guess what? You might have the gift of encouragement. My mother has the gift of encouragement. You see, all those things are spiritual gifts. There can be the gift of speaking in tongues. There can be the gift of prayer. There's so many different spiritual gifts that I believe the Lord gives every single one of you. Okay, that's one thing that makes you unique. Here's the second thing that makes you unique. Your personal attributes. I'm 5'7" on a good day. LeBron James is 6'9". He has a personal gift, a physical gift of being 6'9". For me, technically I have a physical gift of being 5'7". So the other day, my daughter was moving into a new apartment and she had her stuff in a storage unit. And when we're trying to lift up the storage unit to get her stuff out to bring to the new apartment, it looks like as we're lifting the storage unit, the little lip on the inside of it was stuck to one of the hampers. And so it got stuck on a cloth and we couldn't lift it up. And so there was this amount of space at the bottom. My gift of being 5'7" allowed me to get through that little space because I'm a tiny guy, I'm a small guy, right? Okay. Some people, I was telling this the other day to someone that I have this gift where I can roll my R's. Right? Arroz con pollo. I can say it. People think, oh, this guy's Dominican or something. I'm not Dominican, I'm Jamaican. Okay, but here's the deal. My wife can't do it. She can't roll her R's. That's a physical gift that I have. It's a physical attribute. Okay, so spiritual gifts is number 1. Physical gifts is number 2. Personal timeline, personal experiences is number 3. Personal experiences is this. I have a personal experience of being born in another country and coming over to the United States. I have a personal experience of being in a household where we initially had to have all of our family members live in one house because we came to this country and we didn't have enough money to have our own home. I have a personal timeline of seeing abuse. I have a personal timeline of dealing with stuttering and now overcoming it to where I can speak on a podcast like this. I have a personal timeline of failing in business. I have a personal timeline of losing many, many, many investments. I have a personal timeline of having success in certain businesses. I have a unique timeline of being married for nearly 23 years now. You guys, we all have these 3 things, and when you combine them, you create a unique value proposition in the marketplace where no one can be Mike Chua. No one can be Greg Todd. And I know that people are attracted to me, maybe not from one of those things or not from 2, but when you add all 3, I know that there's only one of me. And I know because I'm in a category of one, the only person that I'm competing against is myself. And if I'm willing to do what I need to do to get out there, to get in front of the people that I need to get in front of. So if we understand that, we understand that there's a unique value to me in the marketplace. So now let's talk about value. Value is understanding this. It's understanding, can you get a result for someone? Yes or no? Value is not you physically being in front of someone. People don't want you physically to be in front of them. If you can't do something for them, that's going to get them a result. And once I started to understand that people just care about a result, I realized that if I can promise them the result, I don't physically have to necessarily be in front of them. And once I don't physically have to necessarily be in front of them, that means that I can now clone Greg Todd. And Greg Todd can be in multiple places at multiple times, as long as I can put something together that's going to give them the desired result that they're looking for. And when you do that, now you can raise your income as much as you want.
Wow. I love what you said about, hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, you also have to write things down. I write things down all the time because when you hear it, you forget. When you see it, you remember, but you actually write things down, it becomes a reality. And I know Greg is a Christian. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people who listens are Christians too, but even the Bible itself, it became a reality because they wrote it down. So you got to write things down. But I like what Greg said here, being unique, because a lot of people, you know, I was just coaching someone for, this Greg, the next level OT, the therapy business builder with Kara, and thank you very much also for mentoring Kara. So one person there, one Filipino guy, hey, I want to be like you, oh Michael, blah blah blah. I said, no, you can't be me. It's like he was kind of offended, and I said, no, you can't be me because I'm different. My name is Michael. You are only going to be you. You can share that story that only you can share. That's why I asked that to Greg. Hey, Greg. And I asked this too several years ago when I was like attending Greg's class. And I said, Greg, will I be able to differentiate myself? And he said, yeah, man, it's your story. Nobody can steal that story from you. And I said, okay, let me just do it. Just for the people who don't know, yes, we have this alternative career. We also have that other group called the Alzheimer's and Dementia Support Group. And we have grown that group to around 30 something thousand, where we keep on serving the Alzheimer's and dementia people. And I still travel and speak to, different Alzheimer's association. And you can differentiate yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And like what Greg was talking about, that your unique value proposition. You can be unique, but if you're not providing value in the marketplace, you're not going to make money too. So, Greg, I know you're very busy. So let's go and move on forward. So you mentioned about these three things. What are those 5 steps that you were mentioning about earlier?
Yeah, I think this is really important for people to understand how you have to, what are the criteria for you to be able to go online? So I've tried many different things online since 2008. That's when I actually created my first, I wouldn't even say it's an online offering, but I was basically serving people online. And I got to the point where I was serving 300 people online between 2008 and 2009. And what I did then is not what I do today, but today I'm able to serve thousands of people online and do it in a much easier format than I did then. And it works pretty much every time. So step number 1 is this. You have to select an audience. It has to be a group of people that want a problem solved. It does not matter how much you love the problem, how much passion you have for it. If you have passion for it and there's an audience out there that wants a problem solved, wonderful, great. If there is no passion for it and they do not want a problem solved, you're wasting your time. Okay? All right, so I have selected an audience. Number 2, you must seek partnerships. What I realize is that remember now, I'm trying to leverage things. It is in my best interest to not try to create a new way, a new path, when the path has already been paved for me. Mike already has a group of people here. I just need to have a partnership with Mike. And the partnership is, there's no money involved. It's just, I mentor him. He's a mentee of mine. We're always looking out for each other. If he needs to come in front of my audience, I'll put it in front of my audience. I did that, I think, 2 years ago at my event. If I need to come in front of his audience, I come in front of his audience, and we respect each other's audiences and we bring value. So number 2 is you must seek partnerships. Okay, select an audience, seek partnerships. Number 3 is you solve a problem. Once you figure out who these audiences are, you start to communicate with them and you start to solve problems in the marketplace. Okay. And once you're solving problems, what that's doing is it's giving not only the client, potential client confidence, it's giving you confidence that, wow, I can do this. Wow, I can solve a problem for someone and I don't even have to physically be in front of them. That's number 3. Number 4 is as you are now starting to solve problems, you need to sift through the problems you're solving to make it a signature solution. So sift through problems to make a signature solution. Okay. So now this is what happened with me. I remember the first time I was helping people with weight loss that were going through a medical facility. And I realized that I was solving this for them and I was solving that for them. And I realized that, oh, wow, they like stuff. I was using this platform called Garmin. Have you guys ever seen the GPS devices? Well, Garmin had a fitness division and they had an online website where I could bring clients to this online site. We could download our workouts from our Garmin watch, download it there, and then we could all make usernames and we could all compare our workouts. You see, I didn't realize that was going to be something that people actually wanted. I thought all they wanted from me was the exercises that were needed in order to build up muscle and tone themselves. See, I started to figure out, wow, I'm solving that problem, solving that problem, solving that problem. And then what I ended up doing is bringing all these different problems together. I sifted through them to create a signature solution. And then number 5 is once you've created a solution and somebody has started paying for you, they're paying for your solution and they pay again and somebody else pays. Now I'm scaling it. I scale it. I scale the solution. I scale the sale. Let me explain how that looks. When I first started helping, here, I'll give you a perfect example. I did a program, and the first time I did the program, I had no clue if this program was going to help people and serve them. I felt like I knew the information extremely well. But as I had created my signature solution, I still needed someone to go through it and get the results and prove that this thing actually worked. And I got someone to do it. I got someone to go through the program. And I knew that if they got to the end of the program, there was a high probability that this could work. I didn't know for certain, though, but I thought it would work. And it did. It did. And the person said, this was so amazing what you did for me over these X amount of weeks. I'm going to tell other people about this. So I said, thank you. And they told a couple other people about it. And then those people went through it. And by the time that those people went through it, I had 4 people that went through it. And I was like, wow, all of these people got the result that I thought that they could get. And so they went through the program. And at that point, I knew I had a signature solution. So then I took that program. I took those 4 people. I had testimonials from them. And then I actually scaled it by doing a presentation for many people to listen to. And that presentation went on to get in front of over 1,000 people. And it brought me 20 customers, 20 customers in one weekend. That's called scaling the solution. Those are your 5 steps if you want to go online. If you haven't done it that way, then I can tell you that it's not that online doesn't work. It's that the system that you might have used wasn't the right system. And you must, look, I told you the system, you guys, okay? This is what I'm going to be teaching on a challenge. I just told it to you. Now it's a matter of, can you actually execute on it? I'm going to dive deeper into this stuff, but that is it. That's it.
Wow. You know what? Unconsciously, I think this is what you've been teaching us, Greg. You know, first you select an audience, which you specifically told me, Michael, do Alzheimer's and dementia. All right. This is what basically Greg would taught me, like, how many years ago, Greg? 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. I can't remember.
Yeah, about
and
4 years ago. Mm-hmm.
4 years ago. And he told me, Michael, instead of competing, you collaborate. I said, well, I can't compete with that Tipa Snow, but I guess. So what I did is what Greg said. I reached out to Tipa. Now, every time wherever she speaks somewhere here in Tennessee, she reached out to me and we talk and I interview her in my podcast and everything. And she's literally the pillar of the Alzheimer's dementia. And like what Greg said, solve the problem. We're really not treating Alzheimer's and dementia, but we're solving some of the problems that they're having. Like, okay, how can we prevent UTI? Of course, we can't prevent the progression of Alzheimer's and dementia, but simple stuff, UTI, dehydration, strengthening their loved ones, and of course, making a signature solution. What is that solution that you have, and then make it as your own? And that's what Greg is teaching. He's going to teach you how to make it your own. The Greg Todd method, something like that, right? Right. So, and then of course,
right.
this is the most important one: scaling the solution, scale the solution. And I love what Greg said even earlier. Hey, he's in Instagram now, and I need to go to Instagram, right? Or maybe TikTok. So I want to, this is where you have to do it, the step by step, and also the implementation, because Greg can share all this information, but if you don't take action, it's not going to happen. So, Greg, where can they find this webinar or this challenge or this stuff? Is there any website that they can go to?
Yep. They can go to Raise Your Income. Yeah. So it's going to be raiseyourinkomechallenge.com. This is a challenge that I've done 3 times before. And I did it in 2021, did it in 2022. And now this is actually my 3rd time doing it, 2023. And every time I've done it before, it's always been a paid challenge. Okay, it's always been a paid challenge. This time, it's the first time I'm doing this challenge for free. Okay, and so there will be opportunities for you to upgrade throughout the week if you want to get the recordings to it. If you miss a day, if you want to get private coaching and ask me questions after the hour that I teach every single day for 5 days. It starts next Monday, August 28th, and it finishes Friday, September 1st. And so every day I'm going to teach you everything that I've learned that has taken me from a $39,000 physical therapist in 2000 to what I have been able to do today, which is have multiple businesses, make over $1 million every single year. And I think that's not the most important thing. I think the most important thing is that I do it part-time. That's the most important thing. And I'm a healthcare professional. That's the most important thing. And I think that there's a lot of people that are in healthcare that are sick of healthcare and are saying that the profession they're in is the problem. But I would actually want to push back against you, tell you that the profession is not the problem. It's the vehicle you're using in a profession that's a problem. You see, I understand this. I live in Clearwater, Florida. Mike lives in Tennessee. And at the end of the day, I understand that if I want to go from here to Tennessee, are you in Nashville? Or you're in Nashville?
We're in a small city called Martin, Tennessee.
Martin,
like 3
Tennessee.
hours. Yeah.
It's about 3 hours from Nashville? Is it close to Knoxville?
No. So we're in between. We're
pretty
close to Kentucky. Yeah.
You're pretty close to Kentucky. Okay. So I understand that I'm in Clearwater and Mike's in Martinsville, right? Okay. So it's far. And I know that if I put on shoes and I start walking, it's going to be a painful journey. But if I get in a car, I could probably get from Clearwater to where Mike lives in about 16 to 17 hours. I also understand this. If I get on a plane, I can get from where I am to where Mike lives in less than 3 hours. It has to do with the vehicle that you're using. It's not the profession. There are many people that are in your profession that are struggling and struggling mightily. There's a lot of people in your profession that are just barely getting by, but there are a few in your profession that are using a different vehicle and they're living the life of their dreams. I am just trying to teach people what that vehicle looks like and what the people that aren't trying to get out of it are doing that you might not be doing.
So true. It's so true. The vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important that you understand that vehicle that you're driving. Are you driving a nice, fancy vehicle or a slow one or flying like Greg's? Of course, it's also about not just the destination, also how you enjoy that destination, that trip.
Right.
Greg will guide you through that trip. Okay, can we make it faster? Can we make it slower? Do you want to be higher? Going to be lower? So this is where he comes in and guiding you and mentoring you, and you really need, ladies and gentlemen, a coach to guide you. If you want to find their alternative career, raise your income challenge. Everybody needs money. You know, I mean, a lot of people they talk about that money is like a taboo topic. I'm running out of English, Greg. I'm not speaking in tongues, okay?
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Some people think that it's a taboo topic, right? But no. I mean, my daughter's going to college. We're not citizens. We have to pay some of the out of pocket. When I went back to my doctorate, I have to pay out of pocket, for my doctorate. And we're not citizens yet, and we still have to, pay some stuff. And it is important, yes, it runs next to oxygen. It's not about money, but yes, it runs next to oxygen. How can you live comfortably? We got therapists in this group literally struggling, and they're asking, hey, can somebody help me pay my bills? And I would send them like what's your PayPal or something. And imagine that if we can raise our income, you're not only just helping yourself, you're also helping your family, your immediate family. People in the Philippines, we still help people in the Philippines, Greg. I mean, you know that.
Right.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
in your culture you do that too. We send money to my family, my sister, my wife's family. And if you raise your income, you yourself, you're watching right now, you're helping yourself, you're helping your family, you're also helping your community. Imagine if I don't accepted Greg's challenge before, I would have employees. Our employees depend on us now, and we've improved
Right.
our community. We've improved the livelihood of our team, and this is the special challenge in healthcare. The beauty of this is we can scale this. You're watching right now, whatever niche that you wanted to, audience that you wanted to serve, you can do this, ladies and gentlemen, because if I can, a little guy like me can do it with the mentorship of Greg, I think you can do it with the appropriate guidance and mentoring from Greg. Greg, again, you mentioned about Raise Your Income College. Is this the website that they need to go to and everything like that?
Yep. Go to raiseyourinkomechallenge.com.
And any last parting wisdom from Florida?
I would just tell you all this. We live in a very, very, very unique and interesting time. And we live in a time where the things that are in front of us are very polarizing. Here's what I mean, though. This thing can be used as a weapon for good. But this thing can also be used as a weapon for bad. It can be used to bless people by you sharing your knowledge, your expertise, even the experiences that you've gone through that you've been able to overcome. You can use this to share it with others and bring value to people. But you can also use this to consume and to waste time and to not make money. And you can use this to create an echo chamber for yourself of everything that's going wrong in your life and find other people where everything is going wrong in their lives as well. So you got to decide, what are you going to do with this thing? What I'm hoping that you all do is you go to this site and you click on that button and you register for it and you give us your email, and then we on Monday will give you a link to join the challenge. And you use the time that you have the same of as me, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have the same time. Jeff Bezos has it, Greg Todd has it, and you have it. The question is, what are you doing with it? So just be a good steward of what God has given you. And I think the most valuable resource he's given us is our time. So if you feel like this is something that you're struggling with, then let me help you. I do it 2 times a year, different challenges. This is the only time I do this one a year. Do it for free. Let me help you for 5 days, and we'll take it from there.
Perfect. Greg, how long is the challenge again? 2 hours, 3 hours, 30 minutes?
Yeah, it'll be about an hour and 10 minutes. I like to go to an hour, but I always go over a little bit. So an hour to hour and 10 minutes each day, 5 days. If you can make it every day, come for free. If you can't and you want to hear more days, then pay for the recordings and you have lifetime access to it.
Perfect. Perfect. Again, Greg, thank you very much. I appreciate you. But before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, always remember the word fast, F-A-S-T, letter F. Find people that will bring out the best in you. And that's what number 2, Greg said, find people, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So who are you hang out with, ladies and gentlemen? That's going to be you. All right. Next letter is letter A, take action. All this stuff that we're doing is not going to do me good. It's not even going to do Greg Todd good if you don't take action. Take action by going to the website, raiseyourinkomechallenge.com. Very simple. Log in, put in your email. Of course, they need your email so they could send you the special Zoom link. And it's from Monday to Friday next week. Attend that. I'm sure I'm going to be registering too. And just, seeing what's really going on. How can I increase my income? How can I challenge myself? Okay. Next letter is letter S, share and subscribe. The more shares, the better. Share this website, Raise Your Income Challenge, because the more shares, the better, obviously. But it may not be applicable to you, but it could be applicable to someone else that share it. Hey, you got a coworker that you think that they're really good in taking care of whatever knee replacement or hip replacement. That's their specialty. Hey, share that to that person because it could benefit them. And of course, you got to share it. Why? The knowledge, the gifting, it's not just for you. It's also for other people. God didn't let you finish your therapy degree just because for you. He let you finish your therapy degree, whether you're PT, OT, or assistant, to take care of other people. Well, guess what? Now is the time for you to share that knowledge and to be able to scale and then make a little bit of extra money online. And that you see all these people, those personal trainers, pumping iron and everything. They don't even have a therapy degree, and it's about our time. It's about time that I'm running out of English. It's about time that we therapists needs to take a lead on this healthcare industry. Like what Greg said, select your audience, seek partnership, talk to other people who are actually doing it. Solve that problem. For example, neck pain, back pain, hip pain, how to properly fold a t-shirt or something like that. Make it a signature solution. Greg Todd folding technique, whatever, t-shirt technique, right? If you got stroke patients. I've seen this, Greg. I think it's one of your student, the Note Ninja, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Like they have this signature solution of doing PT and OT documentation system. They're rocking it. And now they're scaling it. And then they're like, it's like Mike. We saw each other in New York, by the way, Greg. And it's like, Mike.
Yeah. They told me. They were here with me in Clearwater last week. They're here with me in Clearwater. Yeah.
See, and they're scaling it. And this is an OT, PT and OT lady rocking it online, ladies and gentlemen. They don't have a big team or following, but now they're like all over. It's like everybody loves them now. So again, thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Be awesome. Be great, be excellent, and hope to see you around. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, Mike.
HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will HelloNote is a truly therapist-friendly practice management solution with integrated EMR that will enhance workflow, efficiency, and patient care. HelloNote reduces error and allows you to spend more time with your patients. It comes integrated with billing. Claims are generated once the note is completed. You can bill with one click and a patient portal, which streamlines the patient intake process. Beautifully engineered and cloud-based for easy accessibility, the software works on all platforms. You can access patient records from anywhere. We also offer 24/7 support. HelloNote is the